The guy's fist takes a razor-sharp katana right to the front, but his face doesn't change one bit. He actually charges straight at his enemy with the katana and all. And this absolute unit of a man is none other than Kaoru Hanayama, the toughest dude in all of anime. Turns out just moments ago, Hanayama ran into Musashi out for a stroll on the street. The second the two of them locked eyes, Hanayama wasted no time ripping open his shirt, showing off the sword scars all over his body and that Kyokukaritsu tattoo on his back. Right now in Musashi's eyes, behind Hanayama is just a vast field of white, as blazing and blinding as the sun itself. Different from the gourmet feast he saw fighting Baki, and different from the golden staircase that showed up facing off against Yujiro. This was just pure empty nothingness, which made Musashi start seeing Hanayama in a whole new light. Right then Hanayama raised both fists and took his stance, laying every one of his weak spots wide open for his opponent. No dodging, no blocking. This is Hanayama's one and only fighting style. Seeing this, Musashi got a little curious. If he drew his blade and slashed or blew out a hidden weapon right now, how would this man even respond? But Hanayama didn't answer. He'd shatter every doubt Musashi had about him with raw power. Hanayama wound up into a loaded stance, then suddenly threw a punch. The blinding flash off his fist left Musashi unable to even open his eyes, and by the time he snapped out of it, Hanayama's iron fist had already buried itself deep in his face. One brutal punch sent Musashi flying through the air. He tumbled across the ground 2.5 times before slamming down hard onto the dirt. The crowd watching this were all stunned. Nobody expected that with a single punch, Hanayama would knock Musashi out cold. Then Hanayama walked up to Musashi and hauled him up like he was lifting a dead dog. By now Musashi was gasping for air, but Hanayama just asked him if he wanted to keep going. Musashi sneered and said, "Now this is interesting." Seeing the guy still had the nerve to talk back, Hanayama loaded up another punch and drove it into Musashi's gut, but this terrifying blow got blocked by Musashi's katana. The blade sank deep into Hanayama's iron fist, yet Hanayama's expression didn't shift in the slightest. Since the katana was already lodged in his fist, he figured he'd just punch the guy with the katana and all.
Third strike. He punched with the sword stuck there? Hey.
Hanayama's sheer power got Musashi pumped up. Then he quickly got up and sat himself up straight. Just as Hanayama was getting ready to attack again, Musashi raised a hand to say, "Hold on. If you want to go toe-to-toe with me, Musashi Miyamoto, then warrior, at least tell me your name first." Hanayama froze for a second, then started apologizing to Musashi for jumping him out of nowhere. Then Hanayama told him his name. Even though he had no beef with Musashi, for the sake of honor and the code, he was going to bring Musashi in.
Taking you down.
If I resist, you actually stopped and gave me your name. That was foolishly naive of you.
A 1,000-year-old fox through and through. This old crook Musashi is sly as they come, but Hanayama couldn't care less about that. He immediately reared back his iron fist and swung it at Musashi again, but this time Musashi reached out with both hands and gripped the katana. He figured it would slice the guy's arm clean open, but to his surprise, his razor-sharp blade couldn't even scratch Hanayama. Right then a single word popped into Musashi's head, tough, and he instantly dropped into a crouch to duck Hanayama's fist, catching Hanayama in that split second of recovery. Musashi whipped his blade out of the sheath and slashed at the Kyokukaritsu tattoo on Hanayama's back, but this strike that could cut a bison in two only left a shallow mark on Hanayama's back. It didn't even